This video is about end-to-end encryption, but more specifically, secure key exchange. From simply watching this video to sending a private message, or even transmitting launch codes in a nuclear strike, end-to-end encryption is critical to secure communication. Encryption is the process of cloaking messages, encoding them in such a way that only the intended recipient can read them. To everyone else, the message just looks like a garbage soup of characters. This guarantees that message carriers or bad actors cannot modify or read the contents. It is also important to note that governments around the world often regulate encryption so that they can personally read messages and even censor them. For end-to-end encryption to work, the two parties that need to communicate must exchange a secret called a key. This is then used to cloak and uncloak the messages at either end, or lock and unlock the message, hence the name key. However, since most communication occurs over public channels, a significant problem arises. How can the key be exchanged securely without it being intercepted? This is the topic for today. To make the problem easier to understand, let's first translate it into a simple, relatable situation. Suppose we have two people, Romeo and Juliet. Each is equipped with a microphone connected to the stadium's sound system. They need to exchange secret messages. However, broadcasting openly would expose their forbidden secret to everyone, especially their families. Before they begin their communication, they need to perform the key exchange. Take a moment to pause this video and think about how you would solve this problem. Feel free to drop your approach in the comments. One intuitive approach would be to meet in person ahead of time to exchange the key. However, this would be quite impractical to meet up every single time they need to communicate. This is especially true if there are large distances or the stadium is massive. A second approach is that Romeo and Juliet could announce their keys at a predetermined interval. The issue here is basically the same as broadcasting the messages directly. Everyone else in the stadium can hear and copy the keys, thereby nullifying the entire process of encryption. A third strategy is that Romeo and Juliet could come up with a simple rule to predetermine the keys. For example, they could just use the current date. However, the problem with this approach is that these keys are easily guessable. If the pattern is known, their keys are no longer secret. Here's the solution to the problem. For this to work, we have to imagine that there are an infinite amount of colors, and each one can be identified by a number. Here's how it works. First, Romeo selects a color, let's say number 11, and announces his chosen color to Juliet. Juliet then chooses her own color, perhaps color number 13, and declares her choice publicly. Next, Romeo and Juliet each blend their publicly announced color with a secret color that they've chosen for themselves. They make sure that they keep this color confidential. Romeo has chosen color number 17 and Juliet color number 19. They each create a unique color mix using their secret that remains undisclosed. For this analogy, we will use multiplication to signify mixing of colors. So Romeo's mix is number 11 multiplied by number 17, which results in color number 187. And Juliet's mix is number 13 multiplied by color number 19, which results in color number 247. Then, Romeo sends his mixed color to Juliet, and Juliet reciprocates by sending her mixed color to Romeo. Keep in mind, these mixed colors are composed of their publicly declared color and their secret color. When Romeo receives Juliet's mixed color 247, he blends it with his secret color number 17, and he receives color 4199. And Juliet does the same. So color number 187 multiplied by color number 19 to receive the same color 4199. This is made up of all four colors mixed together. Even though two of the mixed colors were made public, no one else in the stadium can replicate the final color because they do not know Romeo and Juliet's secret color numbers. This strategy succeeds because reversing the color mixing akin to factoring large numbers into their prime elements, is complex. In reality, key exchange algorithms employ sizable prime numbers, some in the thousands of digits long. Their choice of initial colors being primes isn't accidental. It's the difficulty of factoring these large numbers that gives this method its inherent security. If you like this video, then like this video. If you dislike this video, then leave a comment below. If you've ever wanted to know what you look like as a Greek god, want to know more, consider supporting this channel by purchasing a headbot. Link is in the description.